Believe in God. Rohan was a young boy who lived in a small village. He was kind and hardworking, but he did not believe in God. Every day, the villagers went to the temple, prayed, and lit lamps. They asked God for help and blessings, but Rohan never joined them. His grandmother was an old woman with a kind smile. She often told him, "God is always with us, Rohan. He helps us in ways we do not see." But Rohan did not understand. He asked, "If God is real, why do bad things happen? If he is kind, why can't we see him?" His grandmother smiled and said, "One day you will understand." One year the village had no rain. The rivers dried up, the fields turned brown, and the farmers were very worried. They had no crops, no food, and no money. Rohan's family was also struggling. His father, who worked in the fields, had no harvest. His mother tried to sell clothes in the market, but people had no money to buy them. One night, Rohan saw his parents whispering. They looked sad. He knew they were worried about food. His grandmother, however, sat quietly, praying. Rohan sighed and said, "Grandma, why do you pray? Do you think God will send food from the sky?" She smiled and said, "God helps us in ways we do not expect, Rohan. Just believe." But Rohan did not believe her. The next morning something surprising happened. A man came to the village. He wore simple clothes and carried a big bag. He went from house to house, giving food to the hungry. When he reached Rohan's house, he gave them a bag of rice and some vegetables. Rohan's mother had tears in her eyes. "Thank you, sir. You have saved us," she said. The man smiled and said, "Do not thank me. Thank God." Then he walked away. Rohan was confused. He ran after the man and asked, "Why did you say that? You are the one helping us, not God." The man chuckled and said, "My child, God works through people. He put kindness in my heart and sent me here. When we help others, we are doing God's work." Rohan stood there in silence. He had never thought about it that way. Days passed, but still there was no rain. The villagers were losing hope. They all gathered at the temple to pray together. Rohan's grandmother asked him to come. "Just try, Rohan. Pray with us." First, Rohan was unsure. He had never prayed before. But something inside him told him to go. He sat with the villagers, closed his eyes, and prayed. He did not ask for anything for himself. He prayed for the whole village. That night something amazing happened. Dark clouds covered the sky, and soon heavy rain started to fall. The villagers ran outside, laughing and dancing. The dry land soaked up the water, and the farmers smiled with relief. Rohan stood in the rain, looking up at the sky. He felt something warm in his heart, something he had never felt before. He turned to his grandmother and asked, "Did this happen because we prayed?" His grandmother smiled. "Faith is a powerful thing, my child. When we believe, we open the door for God's blessings." Rohan finally understood. He realized that God is not just in temples or statues. God is in kindness, in love, and in the good deeds of people. From that day Rohan changed. He started to believe. He prayed not just for himself but for others. He helped people in need just like the kind stranger had done. One day, he saw an old man carrying a heavy bag in the market. Without thinking, he ran to help. The old man smiled and said, "You are very kind, son. May God bless you." Rohan smiled and whispered to himself, "This is how God works." And deep inside he felt peace. Moral of the story: God helps us in different ways, sometimes through people. Faith is not about seeing but about believing. When we help others, we do God's work. Prayers and kindness bring blessings.